Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. I'm not sure what was going on with that link. I had to update the Twitter app and then it started to work. I tried like two or three ones and they weren't working at all. But the map is green this morning and that's a good look. I like it. So let's go through everything real quick and see what's going on. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Like I said, green, 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 green. I see Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, all green right there. Let's look at our Joey's jumpers real quick and we'll get cruising. Here we go, BMRA. Let's see what that's up to this morning. It looks like it was running yesterday, possibly. Yeah, it was running big time yesterday. It went from like 32 to 127. This morning, it's just kind of hanging out there at that 68. It came down to 62, but it's at 67. That one could bounce back up, to be honest with you. It's still in the top. Had a huge pop up. So look at that one. COSM it is. COSM. Let's take a look at this one and see what this is doing. That Cosmos Health. We were looking at this not long ago. And here we go. COSM ran up yesterday, and then it ran up today. It was 69 to 80 yesterday, and then 77 to 95. It's at 89 now. This one looks like it's going to continue its way up a little bit. So keep your eye on COSM as well. And DATS was running up yesterday. It's at 575. It looks like now DATS. And let's see, yeah, 575, but it opened at 542, so it is up a little bit, and it got up to 580, and it looks like it wants to keep a little momentum, trying to go back up. We'll see how that works today. And DRUG, that good old drug, this thing's going to get back on drugs. I'm telling you, it's making that big old curl up, made a base, and it's going to get cruising very soon. Foxo ran up. We were looking at it last night, and I said keep an eye on it this morning. It might be a momentum play here early. It went 26 to 28 and it's at 28. So it did move up a hair. It does look like it's going to try to run up a little more today. I'm not sure if it's getting back up as high as yesterday, but it is moving. That FSI Flexible Solutions International, this thing was cruising along right here, FSI, and it was moving yesterday, 410 to 610, 612. Today, 578. And it came down a little bit, but it's at 574, and another one not looking too bad there. So we'll keep an eye and see how flexible this solution is. And that's FSI, and good old Holo's setting up. We were looking at it last night, and it's just getting set up again. We'll look at it and run it up another 100%er because we've done it enough times. We'll do it again. So I'll keep an eye on Holo again and see what it wants to run because it will get cruising. And that Hoth is trying to set back up, HOTH, and this one had run up not long ago on that 7th, and it looks like it's trying to base out and maybe curl up here. So we'll keep an eye on it and see if it wants to run back off the MACD. And HUT, good old Hut, this is up 76 cents and a good one to look at, one of the crypto mining kind type ones, and it's up to 27.35 and looking pretty good. It opened at 27.29, it says, but it looks like it gapped up a little bit. Yeah, 26.40. So yeah, it definitely went up $1. I was gonna say it looks like it's up a little bit. So yeah, that is up a little bit, Hut. So keep an eye because it should be running up there as crypto looks good, and we'll be going through that. And ISPC, we just looked at this iSpecimen, and this is up 30 something percent this morning. It was just on the list, ISPC, and it ran up yesterday 275 to 394, and then this morning 407 to 431. It's at 374, but not looking bad right there. So that is that ISPC, and yeah, that was just on the list. I believe it was on the laptop travel list right there. And KITT, the Nauticus Robotics Aerospace and Defense. This one is kind of just pulling back to set up. It's not ready yet. Let's see. It was running up yesterday, 325 to 329. Then it had a pullback down to 2. That's what it did back to the 20. So we'll keep an eye on this KITT and see what it wants to set up. And that NUKK was running up. We looked at that again last night, and I said that could be a good momentum one. And it's still running up here another $7, it looks like. Well, it gapped up yesterday, 1740 to 31.99. It ran up some in the after hours. It closed at 28.50, and then this morning it opened at 30, and it went up to 31, but it is at 28, so it did gap up a little bit, and it's at 28, but that one's probably going to try to run around today, it looks like. And TGL, that Treasure Global, this was also on a laptop travel list, TGL, very recently, and it ran up yesterday 23 to 28, and then this morning it looks like it did go from 29 to 23, but it's at 26, so not looking bad there. It did run up in that metals company, the metals TMC. It's the metals company, that's what it's called. We were looking at this too. We were looking at this super early, and this ran up in the after hours there, 127 to 210 yesterday, and then today it's opened at 192 but pulled back to 170s. But keep an eye on that one because that could still run right there. And VS, let's see what Versus Systems is doing. This is gapped up as well this morning, it looks like. VS and 284 to 375. It's at 336. Keep an eye on that to continue to run there. And that's VS Versus Systems. So there you go with our Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate them. And let's take a look at our laptop lowdowns real quick and see what they're up to because there are always great setups right here. 80TX, which was starting to move. Let's see what it's doing. It's probably not doing anything this morning, but it ran yesterday. Remember, 13 to 25. It's at 14. It's at 13. It's actually it is open and went down a penny, but keep an eye. We'll obviously be watching it. I think it's still looking pretty decent. Even with that run up yesterday, it may have to get set back up, but again, it still never came out of the basement. It's crazy. So when it does, it will run hard. AIFU definitely setting up here and looking much better as it's trying to crawl up out of the basement. So it is running around. Keep an eye on that one because that one is setting up that BOWN. That one, look at that. I believe it popped up yesterday. Remember, I was saying, watch this thing. And it did run up a little bit, 778. Oh, well, where did it close at? It closed 660 and then it opened up at 778 yesterday, and then it came back down to the sixes. So again, this thing's going to run around a lot, and that bottom should be right there at 584. So keep an eye on it. It is a shell company, and it is going to have a lot of running around to do. CDTG, that one is way down there, and I remember this had run up there, and it's way down. It's a China waste management company. They don't care about their waste management, so it's way down there, and we'll keep an eye on it. And that CLRB, that's Collector Biosciences. This one's going to get set up relatively soon, maybe even next week. So we're keeping an eye on that bad boy. I'll be watching this list just to see what it does today. IGMS, let's see, it's down there at the bottom, and that's going to start curling up as well. And then we have our JSPR, Jasper Therapeutics, down there in the basement going to get set up. So I think we have a bunch that are looking much better, including this KROS. This one just did jump up a little bit, and it does look like it wants to get moving. So keep an eye on this, 1063 to $11 right there. And it's at 11, so that one wants to move. KROS, keep an eye on that. And a lot of these are really set up and trying to get cruising just like that one, KROS. OKUR is pulled back there. Nice little pullback yesterday, it looks like. OKUR. Oh, if I could type it in. Here we go. Yeah, that was yesterday's pullback. I think that was the bottom there at 593, and then today it's 696. It must have closed down. It closed at 601, so it did gap up. It's at 660. Keep an eye on this one too, because that one's getting ready. RTC, you can tell a lot of these are getting ready. So this RTC, let's take a look at it, which is good because that means the market's getting ready, I would say. RTC curling up. That one's getting set up right there. And SDST, that Stardust power, that's way down there. Let's see when this is going to get some Stardust power. That bottom probably was yesterday right there at 215. So, like I said, a lot of these are going to start really setting up here, and you know they're going to be running 100% or so. SIG, Signet Jewelers, this one's way down there. I don't know what they must have lost some jewelry or something because this one took a nice dip, and we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but that was a good dip right there the other day. And we'll definitely keep an eye on that jewelers company, SIGTHRD. Let's see, third harmonic bio. I remember looking at this not long ago, and it is way down there. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that one. And VERA. Vera Therapeutics, another good one. And I mean, this is a beautiful setup list right here. And this one looks like it could be bottoming out. VERA. So look for that 3160. It's at 3348. So it does look pretty decent right there. And that is today. It's running around today. It dropped down and jumped up. So it's already active moving. So keep your eye on that VERA. Laptop Travel said, yeah, it is. And it is moving. YMABS Therapeutics. This one is getting set up as well. So what a great list right there. I'm telling you, some are already getting moving. Some are great setups, and some are going to be cruising next week. So I'll be going through that list and sorting through it to see what we want to be looking at and when. And thank you, Laptop Travel, because that is a great list right there for sure. And let's take a look at what's going on real quick. Here we go. Bitcoin is at 102 is what Luis Rodriguez is saying. So let's look at it real quick. BTC USD. We'll actually look at Bitcoin. It is at 102.4. So yeah, that is right. 102,519. It says 102,471. So it's obviously just bouncing around right there. That's completely normal. And yeah, it is cruising, guys. I thought it did look good, that's for sure. Let's go ahead. I'll jump into the app and take a look at what's going on and see what's happening here. So let me look. I knew Sheeb was up. I looked at that this morning. A couple of them were looking real good. So yeah, Bitcoin over 102,000 here. And let me look at it. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong this morning, isn't it? Ethereum's 3,420. It's doing its smoke break right there. Look at that, 3,420. And let's see, it's waking and baking because it is getting ready. It sure is waking and baking. It's getting ready to get blasting off right there. So Ethereum's looking better. Ripple's at 327. Did pull back like a couple cents, nothing crazy. Yeah, it's going to get up into that three. It should. Doesn't look like it's going to be topping out. I mean, it ran up so much. I think it just has a little bit of slowdown as it's going to be cruising back up higher. So that's what Ripple seems to look like. Like I said, yeah, like a couple cent of a pullback, nothing crazy. And Laptop Travel saying that could be the consolidation zone, so it very well could be. Honestly, the thing's looking wild right there. That's for sure. Ripple, Solana's at 219. That's a beauty. It's one of my biggest holders right there, and it is cruising up right there, looking beautiful. So that's nice. Cardano's at 112. And here we go, and that one's looking real good to try to get up into like the 120s right there. So that's looking good. Doge is at, I told you Doge was going to get back over that 40. It's at 41, and it is looking really solid to get cruising again, guys. So Doge is looking good. Sheeb is up, like I said, that one, I'm telling you, Sheeb's going to have a nice run. Ran up to that 50, and if it gets over this thing, and it should, obviously, it's going to get blasted off there. So Sheeb's looking really good right there. Let's look at our bonk and see what that's doing, if it can go bonkers again. Here we go. This one's been kind of lagging, honestly. Um, it is starting to look a lot better though. Yeah, Bonk's about to go bonkers, guys. So keep your eyes on Bonk. That one's about to run up, and it had a huge run up and then a nice pullback. So, and WIF is at 185 here. And it is looking much better to get cruising up towards two. So there you go with that one. And let's look at that FLOKI one, that Floki, if I could type it in. Here we go, Floki. And this one I bet is looking good. It was looking really good before, and then it just had that pullback with everything. And yeah, it just bounced off that 200, making its way up to the 50, and it is looking pretty good there. So that is that FLOKI. And there you go with crypto looking beautiful this morning and just cruising along. So let me see what you guys want to see. I'll run through the big caps real quick and we'll get cruising right here. So hold on 1 minute. Let me check it out and see. see what our map looks like. It is green. Let's just rock and roll right into the SPY. What does it look like? 593. It is looking good in that channel. So, it did curl through. That's what we wanted to see today. I'm not going to lie. I kind of remember I was saying it looked like it wanted to bounce up last night. Yesterday, it just gave me that look on Wednesday. It wasn't moving yesterday. It pulled back. I think we're safe to say that we're catching that momentum. And remember, I said it could open up red, and I think it would be green by the end of the day, and we have some momentum. It might just open up and just be popping up here. I'm telling you, there's going to be momentum. We're going to see a pump Trump as we go in the administration on Monday and the inauguration. It's closed. The market's closed Monday. You don't generally see something like that. So you're going to either have to be in it early or catch the reaction on Tuesday. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot of popping today, is what I think. So let's go through that. SPY looks really good right there. And if I could do the right Apple ticker, here we go. AAPL. It's up $1.60. It's not curled up yet, but it did bounce off that bottom. And like I said, I think Apple, that bottom was in yesterday at that 227. I thought so when we looked at it yesterday without even seeing anything today. So we'll look at it obviously as it runs around today and I'll get a better idea. But I do think that bottom could be there for Apple. Amazon's up $1.22, looking better. I mean, it's not completely curled up, but I'm telling you, these things look like they're going to get curled up today. And just like I was saying last night, and that's what they look like right now. They had that look. Google starting to curl up. It's not curled up yet. I mean, it wants to. So again, they catch that momentum and they start curling up here, and they start even touching that MACD line or crossing through it. Any of them, like I said, the SPY's through it, and that's what we wanted to see right there. So that's Google. Meta, let's look at it. 613, it's up $2.01. And Meta's about to get rocking and rolling, guys. So Zuck's like hosting like a dinner Monday night for Trump. So that went way different, huh? And so yeah, I explained that whole ordeal about Zuckerberg and what probably happened with him. And like I said, he probably was not very happy about how he got treated by the last administration. They just buckled him at his knees because he was a weak dude, and they just knew it. I mean, it is what it is. Some people just aren't as strong as others and can stand up to something like that. And clearly they knew they had him, and they did. So yeah, he wasn't, I'm sure, happy about things like that. So clearly he distanced himself from all that stuff. And yeah, now he's hosting parties for Trump. How crazy is that? Anyway, so Meta, I'm telling you, Meta's looking great. It's always looked good. We had these pullbacks, and we're starting to look really good here. Microsoft's up $1, and that's looking really good, guys. You might want to take a look at Microsoft. It's starting to curl up really nice right there. I don't know. They were looking good anyway, and it has that curl up look. If it gets, these things get, like, if this gets over 429, it's rocking and rolling. So that's Microsoft, and I would assume it's going to. It looks like it wants to. And let's take a look at our buddy NVIDIA. It's up $1.30, and I'm telling you, this thing's going to get curled up by the end of the day, and it's going to take a wicked curl up and get cruising there. Let's just take a look at the other guys. AMC's up 2 cents. Like I said, it's looking much better, curled up out of the basement. GameStop was the worst looking one. It's down, it's flat, but I have a feeling you're going to start getting curled up. And Chewy was the best looking one, and it looks like it's just flat up here at that 37.27, but it is looking good. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on here, but it is getting set up. Just watch for any pullback or any quick dips, but Chewy's looking good because they do like to dip and rip. So just watch for that, but it is right there set up. And let's take a look at AVGO. We'll go through the semiconductors. That's up 321, starting to set up. So they're going to be looking much better. MU, that's up $1 and looking pretty damn good right there. And let's see, our TSM is up, and it's not looking bad. So it did curl. You know what? It did curl up and stayed up. It's flat. I bet TSM's looking good. I'm telling you, these things are gonna could possibly get that curl up today, like I was saying, and things could be really cruising along later. So just keep your eye on the market. I will be SMCI up a little bit, curling up real good. I was saying that was getting set up. AMD was getting set up. That's up 81 cents, and that's starting to look good. And yeah, you're about to see these bad boys running. QCOM, that's up almost $1. It ran up yesterday and pulled back, but I'm telling you, that thing looks like it's ready to get like really cruising there, guys. And ARM's up, and this thing's hitting that resistance, but could easily pop over that and keep running. So. Semiconductors definitely looking good right there. And Intel INTC up a penny. And this thing you definitely want to be keeping an eye on because that setup's a beauty. It's really getting set up as it goes into earnings there. You know, I don't like earnings. We got a little ways, a little bit away, but that one's getting set up. And yeah, everything looks pretty green right there. Let me take a look and see what's going on the scanner real quick. VS, we looked at it was up. That rhyme's coming down. I told you we look at it and find that bottom. So I wasn't it's right. It's getting there, guys. It crossed through. Now we're gonna have that setup period for next week, and then we'll be rocking and rolling again with rhyme. So we'll keep an eye on that. And this TGL is oh yeah, that treasury. I was like, can we look at that? That's way up. How about Zeo? That Zeo Energy's up right there. We looked at that before. That Acon, ACON. Keep your eye on that for a bounce up. And VCIG's getting set back up. MSTU is looking good. That's what I meant to look at. MicroStrategy here. And that's up to 380 towards our 400 right there, Luis Rodriguez. I know you're liking that. I am. And when Apple signals a bottom on this pullback, it should bounce nicely. I agree 100%. I'm going to be getting in that one. You know that, Luis Rodriguez. And, so there you go. And it's not going to lag much longer. He's talking to somebody there. B hat. Let's look at that one. That one is going to get set up here. Good old BHAT. It just pulled back. It's at 6 cents. It's riding that bottom. And like I said, I think that's going to be a next weeker and it's going to get cruising, guys. So keep your eye on that B hat because it will move. And QUBT, let's see what they're up to. Like I was telling you guys, I wasn't confident with these computing the quantums and the computer hardware ones yet. So keep your eye on it. Even IONQ's pulled back a little bit here. So I wasn't convinced they were ready. They looked like they were going to have a quick little run up right there, but that was about it. So watch for some pullback. That CGBS looks like it might be pulling back here. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's got to hit that MACD line, but it could be bottomed out yesterday. It looks like at that 66 cents it came down to. So we'll take a look at that and BKKT. That Backett Holdings. This one looks pretty good to be curling up. So keep an eye on BKKT. That one doesn't look bad right there. Yeah, that's going to get set up and get moving right there. I do like that one. So keep your eye on BKKT right now. Tesserine, that looks real good. And there was a few other ones down here that I missed. That ISPC, we were talking about it. But yeah, that one looked really good. That eye specimen, it had run up today. And if it can get through this 4 hour area, it looks like it might have gotten up there. Yeah, 392 possibly. If it gets through that 4 hour, it was through. Hold on. Let me see. That wasn't the right. Yeah, today mine says 407. It's at 351, but it did. It got through it. Obviously, Finviz isn't showing me that, so I can't tell. But yeah, on mine, I can tell. And you know what? Just watch for it around like this 370 area, 378, and it'll try to bounce back up. So it's at 350. I like it. It looks pretty good right there. Couple other ones Luis Rodriguez wants to take a look at. That BFAI. Which one? Or hold on, let me type it in. Is that what it was? BFAI? I don't even see that one. Is that what it was? BFAI. What was that one? Um, I don't even, or is that a L? Is that a, what is that? BF? I don't see anything for that. BFAM is all I see right there for them letters. Let me know what that one is, and I'll take a look at it. BULZ, that one I know is that Fang one, and that is up. It was looking pretty good, and I'm telling you, this thing, and when these things are all setting up like this, if Luis Rodriguez is dead on the money, these ETF Fang things will start setting up. This is a three times leveraged one, so keep your eye on it. It's not ready to rock and roll yet, but you can see it getting set up. That 20 is going to come right down for it. It's at 166. This is at 160, and this is going to start making that curl up. So I think it's going to be looking good. And our Adobe's up some more to 428, so that's cruising along and has plenty of room. Yeah, you're not kidding. It sure does. And SMCI, with news of Hindenburg Research going out of business, it's setting up for its next leg up. You're not kidding. It sure is. I'm telling you, this thing was setting up the other day. You hit them three on the money right there. So Luis Rodriguez, perfect right there. And let me see anything else going on here. BBAI. Oh, BBAI. Okay. That big bear guy, that's up three. Yeah, that does look pretty strong. You're not kidding. BBAI looking real good right there, Luis Rodriguez, the big bear. So, yeah, that is not FF, whatever I was saying it was. It is BBAI. What was it on here? BFAI. Yeah, BBAI. You got it. Definitely looking good, the big bear. So keep an eye on him. And let me see what else is going on here. Still green right there. What's our stories? The tech CEO's courtship of Trump is all about defense, whatever that means. Stock futures gain and S&P heads for best week since November election. There you go. Hey, I wonder why. Wall Street week. Wall Street week ahead. Small caps lose. Trump bump as rising rates sap strength, and U.S. stocks set to gain as Fed rate cut bets revive. And yeah, it looks like S&P futures edge higher and Bitcoin rises. Let me see what's trending over on StockTwits real quick. Doge at 41. Yeah, let's look at Mara and Riot real quick. I'm sure they're looking pretty damn good, huh? Yeah, Mara's run up there, and I'm telling you, Riot was looking crazy before. It's up 49 cents, and yeah, it looks beautiful. I'm telling you that. That one looks real good. CLSK, I'm sure, is up. That's up 44 cents. That looks good. Rivian, let's look at it. We were looking at it last night. It was trying to bounce back up here, and that does look like it's about to get rolling again, guys. So keep an eye on Rivian. You know what, though? I don't know. Mine, it kind of lost momentum. I'll look at it today. It wants to cross through. Let's make sure it has that momentum. I mean, with this market looking the way it is, it should. And even Apple's up here trending. So, like I said, I think that bottoms in, and you're going to see a quite explosive bounce right there. It got beat down, and I think we see it start to get moving again. So that is Apple. And Litecoin's way up too. I mean, that's up huge. 136. SHIB is trending up there. Ethereum, Coin, AMP, that's a good one too. Coinbase is up another $9 right there and getting ready to rock and roll back up higher. So plenty of great ones to take a look at. And like I said, you either have to jump in them today or you got to catch the after reaction on Tuesday. So there's no opening Monday to try to jump in these before they really getting pumped up. That's why I kind of felt like they were going to start moving this afternoon. I think you're going to start, like I'm telling you, it seems you can just feel the energy in the air. I'm telling you, it's crazy everywhere you go. I live in a hardcore Dem area, and it's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, you can just feel it, and you just know it's about to happen. These things are going to be popping again. They're going to pop up and go nutty, and we're going to have a great pullback and come down. So we're going to be prepared for it for sure this time. You're going to have to be, because if you get caught up at the tops on these bad boys, you're going to get stuck. And but yeah, we're about to see a nice run. Lucid, you're not kidding. LCID looking really good. OTLK, that Outlook Therapeutics, looking really good to roll up there. So these things are getting ready to cruise. PayPal's up this morning, and that looks really good. And INTC, like I was saying, that Intel looks sweet. I'm telling you, that one, once they get set up and run, it's been getting set up there. And how about this Lightbridge LTBR? LTBR, this thing's about to run hardcore. So LTBR, I mean, there's plenty of them that are setting up here. Market's looking good, guys. I'm telling you. And like I was saying last night, I said it Wednesday. I wasn't ready for it yesterday. It didn't look like it was ready to pop up. You could tell it didn't pop up, and now it's ready. And Nick, I was saying, I think by this afternoon you're going to see these things getting cruising around, and the market should be like neon green. I'm expecting by this afternoon. I mean, it's pretty hardcore green. I can't promise you, but I'm expecting it to be moving. Like I said, the momentum, you can just feel it, and you can see it. It's getting wild, and this market's going to get pumped up. Crypto's getting crazy here. So yeah, just like when he won the election, you're going to see the same thing. You had that little gap, you had that overreaction, and like we went through all that too. And like I said, the market wasn't even prepared for him to win for that landslide that easily. They thought there'd be another extra day, and it knew he was winning, but it just popped so fast, it was insane. And then it ran up, and of course they got up there quick and ran up high and ran up a lot. And then you did have some drastic pullback here, and now you're getting ready to set up. DJT's back to 41.16, and you want to talk about looking good and set up. I mean, it's getting set up to run off a $50 area. So, I mean, you're talking about this thing looking good. And yeah, I'm telling you, this is exactly what we've been looking at, talking about, and seeing. So it's right on point right here. And what about that Uber? Remember, I was telling you that it was way down there at like $60. Now it's at 68, and that looks great. So, I mean, just on point with a lot of these bad boys. You could see them. They did have that pullback. And again, next time we're going to catch these, we're going to put the market down when it comes down because it'll be nice and easy. We're not going to play. We may have to not play them for a few days when they get into that top area. It's better not to play them for them few days and then catch the greatest sale prices down here than try to play them up at that top and then get caught in one or two of them, and then they take that huge dip. So that's the way we're going to approach it, and we'll just crush the market. But yeah, it's about to pop back up. You can see it. It looks really good right there. So anything you guys want to look at today, you guys let me know. I'll be trading and looking at things and buying stuff because it is getting set up. And there you go. So I'd say that's a good pre-market of Bitcoin and crypto looking great. We went through our Jolie's jumpers, and I'm telling you, that laptop lowdown list is looking amazing, guys. Keep your eye on that list right there because you'll have 100% runners coming off of that bad boy. I'll be watching it. And we'll get all prepared for next week. And obviously, the market will be fired up on Tuesday. And like I said, I'm going to do a show on Monday night, a special show at 8 p.m. I'll set up the spaces, and you guys can see who my special guest is. And so I think you guys will enjoy that. And maybe I'm thinking about hopping on this weekend. I was thinking about doing a show about my accident and what happened, my brain, and like talking about brain injury. So if you see me post a space out, and maybe I'll go through crypto and brain injuries or something, since crypto is running, and that'll give you a brain injury when it's running like this. So maybe I'll link the two together and we'll have fun with that this weekend. So take a look and see. I might post something like that. And then we have the long weekend. I have a few projects that I'm working on to get ready for coming up. And yeah, I think we're going to be cranking, guys, and crushing this market. So get ready. And yeah, I'm definitely ready. I can tell you that. Like I said, it did pull back. We were just waiting for these bottoms and just getting ready for this pop back up. And it does look like you're going to see this Trump pump. So there you go, guys. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. I think Barbara, oh, thank you. You have a great long weekend. I thought you had a few that you wanted to see real quick, but there you go. Actually, let's look at that PET because that was a lot of these little guys haven't been running in the morning. Let's see. It's actually not moving, but I'm telling you, the ones that we were talking about that Barbara was looking at, PET, ELAB, and I forget what the other one was. Oh, that TRNR. I'm telling you, all three of them are starting to get really set up there. So we'll keep an eye on them three as well. And yeah, you guys all have a great long weekend. And like I said, I might hop on, do another show this weekend, and keep you up in the loop for crypto as well, because I think that's going to be getting wild. wild. And I'd like to, I'll even go through like my scanner and we could pick out we could start going through these altcoins and things that are really going to be running like 100%ers nonstop because I'm telling you, when crypto starts moving, that's more wild than the market. So you're going to start seeing these things getting wild, guys. We kind of figured it. And is SOBR dying out? It was running up there yesterday. We didn't look at it. Down 8 cents. Yeah, they run up fast and come down, these things. It's amazing how fast they run up and come down. But that did have a good run there. It did 130 to 182, and that's all the way down to 96 right now. So that definitely did pull back. It honestly, it doesn't look terrible, Ray. So, but it did run up and it pulled back. It could just be getting set up. It ran up out of the bottom, out of the basement. It came up and it's just pulling back. It'll probably tap off that bottom line there. But yeah, you had that run up. And that's why I remember I was saying last night or yesterday, a lot of these things, you just run them up and lock in those profits. And there's generally a second chance you can pop them back up because they pull back almost to where you were probably bought in or right under it. And then they set up and run back up again. So you do get a couple different chances, and I think we will get to look at a couple of these. Like they'll start popping up again like this, and you'll have them second chances. Before, a lot of them were running up, and then that was a wrap with them. They were just dying out. But I think the market, like I said, you could see the shift happening. You could see things starting to pop, but it's not going to be there for like a year. Like I said, we're going to see a Trump pump. They're going to be running, and when they start cutting all this nonsense, you're going to see the market pull back. So just be prepared. But we should see a good run up for the next like month or two, maybe even 3 months. We should see it popping, and you take advantage of it. And like I said, as it gets up to that top, you kind of just lay off of things, and because sometimes you can't know exactly when it's going to dip down that hard. So if you're just not playing them and they're in the top, you're okay. And then if you catch these sale prices again, you can see because these things are about to run, and we're about to catch some good pricing going up, and you'll see options, stocks, they'll all be flying, and you can lock in some great profits there and just roll them over to the next one. So there you go, guys. So have a great day. That's your pre-market. Have a good Friday. Trade smart, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, Laptop Travel, for your laptop lowdowns. And Asian Jolie, Ray Rodriguez, and Jay Kratz, O'Hare's Bastard Child, Louis Rodriguez, the Rabid Vole was there today. East Coast Beach Girl, Barbara, Tommy, CFS, and who is that? That is Tightwad Traders. That's funny. And Mitch, how are you? Bong Prichan, Sherry, Trade with the Greek. There you go. Sinai and Thunder. How are you, Thunder Reynolds? And Crypto RL, it says. And somebody else just hopped off. But Jeremy Tessing and Michelle and Darlene and somebody else. And sorry if I butchered everyone's names. But everyone have a great day, great Friday. And I think we're going to be rocking and rolling. I'll keep you guys posted on what I see. And there you go. So trade smart, lock in those profits. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. And have a great day, everybody.